When floods swept across the countryside, there was no time to prepare. Homes vanished beneath raging waters, roads turned into rivers, and countless animals were trapped, powerless against nature's fury. In a remote village, a frightened dog clung to the roof of a submerged house. Shivering, soaked, unable to move, chickens, goats, and even family cats floated helplessly in the torrents. Trees were uprooted. Debris tore through the streets like missiles. For humans, it was terrifying. For animals, it was a battle for life or death. But hope came in the form of rescue teams. Brave men and women navigating waist-deep water, paddling through overturned boats, lifting terrified animals from their watery prisons. Every second counted, every animal mattered. This is the story of survival against impossible odds, a story of storms, floods, and the unwavering courage of creatures desperate to live. From dogs and cats to farm animals and wildlife, nature does not discriminate, but neither do heroes. This is Climate Disaster Animal Rescues, where tragedy meets hope, and every rescued life is a triumph against the elements. The storm had been brewing for days. Meteorologists warned of unprecedented rainfall, but no one expected the scale of destruction that would follow. Rivers overflowed, swallowing fields and roads. Homes disappeared beneath rushing water. Power lines snapped. Bridges collapsed. For the village animals, there was no warning. Dogs barked in fear. Cats clawed at windows. Chickens squawked as the water reached their coops. Horses and goats tried to escape, only to find themselves trapped by rising currents. Birds were blown from their nests. Even wild deer stranded near swollen streams were forced to seek higher ground. People waded into waist-deep water, rescuing children, neighbors, and pets alike. But in the chaos, many animals remained unseen, alone, terrified, clinging to whatever remained above the water. A volunteer rescue team prepared boats and rafts, checking every street and flooded building. Each animal saved was a victory. Every second delayed could mean another life lost. In the distance, a small dog paddled desperately, swept away from its home. A mother cat was stranded on a floating piece of debris. Chickens huddled together, terrified, on a collapsed roof. Survival depended on instinct and courage, both human and animal. The team's mission was clear: no life could be left behind. Every rescue became a race against time, a battle between nature's overwhelming force and the will to survive. And in this battle, stories of hope, heroism, and miraculous survival emerged. The rescue operation began before dawn. With storm clouds still heavy above and water levels inching higher, volunteers and local authorities formed small teams, each equipped with inflatable boats, ropes, and life jackets. Their mission was clear: reach the stranded animals before the floodwaters claimed more lives. Every moment counted. One wrong move could endanger both the rescuers and the animals. The streets had vanished under roaring water, turning familiar pathways into treacherous rivers. Debris floated like deadly obstacles, and the current was relentless. They spotted the first survivors, Mo, terrified dog clinging to the roof of a submerged house. Its eyes were wide with fear, soaked fur frozen in chunks of ice. Carefully, a rescuer maneuvered the boat alongside, extended a life jacket, and coaxed the dog into the raft. The dog hesitated for a heartbeat, then leapt, instinct overcoming fear. It was safe, for now. Next, the team found a mother cat perched on a floating crate, her kittens desperately trying to keep balance. Using long poles, the rescuers guided the makeshift raft closer, ensuring the small family would not drift away. One by one, the kittens scrambled aboard, mewing softly as they were lifted to safety. Further along, goats huddled together on the remains of a collapsed shed. The water roared around them, threatening to tip the structure at any moment. The rescue team worked in perfect coordination, securing ropes and guiding each animal to temporary shelter. It was exhausting work. Hypothermia, exhaustion, and fear affected the animals and humans alike. But determination pushed the team forward. Every life saved was a triumph, a reminder that even in the face of unstoppable natural disasters, hope could endure. By mid-morning, dozens of animals had been rescued. Dogs, cats, chickens, goats, and even wildlife, deer spotted near flooded fields, were safe in temporary shelters. Their eyes reflected confusion, fear, and slowly, trust. They had survived the flood, but only because someone refused to let them be forgotten. This was more than a rescue operation. It was a race against nature, a testament to courage and a lesson in compassion. Days passed and the floodwaters slowly receded, leaving behind a landscape transformed, debris scattered, mud covering fields and trees stripped bare. But for the rescued animals, the ordeal was only just ending. In temporary shelters, the dogs and cats that had clung to rooftops and floating debris now huddled together, gradually learning to trust again. Their fur dried in the soft glow of heaters. Their eyes, once wide with fear, began to show signs of curiosity and relief. The goats, chickens, and even wildlife slowly adapted to life on safer ground. Recovery was a slow process, both physical and emotional. Many of the animals had suffered from hypothermia, exhaustion, and dehydration. Some bore scratches, bruises, or minor injuries from floating debris. Veterinary teams worked tirelessly, administering fluids, providing warmth, and carefully monitoring each heart rate. Yet the greatest challenge wasn't just their physical healing, it was rebuilding trust. Many had been abandoned, forgotten, or trapped in environments they couldn't control. But the dedication of the rescuers, the patience of volunteers, and the soft hands of caregivers began to restore their faith in humans. One small dog, once clinging desperately to a roof, now wagged his tail cautiously, exploring the shelter, sniffing other animals, and accepting food without hesitation. The mother cat purred as her kittens played, finally safe from the chaos of the flood. Every rescued life reflected the resilience of nature and the power of compassion. This recovery was more than a rehabilitation story. It was a testament to endurance, empathy, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. In the face of climate disasters, many creatures are at risk, but rescue, care, and intervention can rewrite their fate. As the sun emerged, shining weakly through clouds, the animals stepped into a new chapter. Life, though forever changed by the flood, had not been taken. Survival was possible, hope was restored, and the courage of both humans and animals proved that even in the harshest conditions, life could endure. And this story? It's only one of thousands happening around the world. A reminder that every life matters, and rescue is never too late.